Windsor Park earlier this evening when a near-capacity crowd had assembled in spite of the rain for the soccer showpiece of the year, the George Best testimonial. And in the dressing room, alongside some of the game's biggest names and best-known faces, the main attraction is getting ready.
Well, relieved that it's, I'll just be glad to get out. As soon as the kick-off, it's all, the hard work's done, you know, all the boys are here. And it's just going out now and enjoying it, and hopefully the fans will be the same. As I say, the hard part, all the little worries and the little problems, they're all behind us now, and we've ended up with two tremendous squads, and it's just going to be a good night, you know.
And an amazing sight here at Windsor Park, everyone on their feet to welcome the main attraction. Well, here's the George Best lineup, and some great names, both past and present here. Jennings, the West German, Paul Breitner. From Holland, there's Rudy Krol. From England, Dave Watson, Emlyn Hughes. Add to that, Brady, Henderson, McAvenny, Michael O'Neill, and guess who's wearing number 11? Looking at the international 11, more top names. From the past, Johan Neeskens and Johnny Rep, both of Holland. From the present, there's Ozzy Ardiles, Roy Aitken, the Celtic and Scotland captain, Trevor Francis from Queen's Park Rangers and England, and some Northern Ireland names here, Alan McKnight, Alan McDonald, Colin Clark and David McCreary. And two Linfield players, Darren Coyle and George O'Boyle. It'll be quite a night for those two young men. So we get underway with the George Best 11 side, wearing the green striped shirts, playing from left to right. The international 11 in the red and white shirts. A superb occasion. Sadly, the weather hasn't matched up, but the pitch in immaculate condition. I assume the game will be fairly easy paced in these opening stages. Great ball from Brady. Not a great touch. First touch for George Best. This really is the biggest crowd we've seen at Windsor Park since the Pat Jennings testimonial in December 1986. George scored a goal that night, George Best. I wonder if the script tonight includes a goal from the man himself. George O'Boyle. Nice skills from Liam Brady. McAvenny finds Brady. Michael O'Neill. Best is wide and plenty of space. This is what the fans want. Good ball, in goes McAvenny. It's not away yet, it is now. So the first corner kick of the game to the George Best 11. The right foot. O'Neill puts it back in. And that's Ardiles. O'Neill running out of space, a chance for the international 11 to break. This is Colin Clark. Plenty of men in the middle. Trying to barge his way through, a chance, and a goal! He can't believe it. Roy Aitken, Celtic and Scotland, puts the international 11 one up. Willie Henderson. Chris Houghton. Henderson. It robbed little McCreary. McCreary again. Darren Coyle to bring it away for the international 11. Trevor Francis. Ardiles. Still Ardiles. Francis. Lovely chip onside. Clark, they're queuing up in the middle. Number 9 is Rep. Should have done better. Johnny Rep, 42 caps for Holland, played in 2 World Cup finals. It was a good cross when it was delivered. Found himself in plenty of space, the chest down, but the shot didn't measure up. Paul Breitner, former West German captain. It's Alan McDonald finding Ardiles. Ardiles putting plenty into the game so far. Here's Clark. Still Clark. They're in the middle. Ardiles just can't find the space. It's with O'Boyle. Francis. Still Francis. The left foot. And he finished perfectly. Great goal from Trevor Francis. Lovely skill here. Pulls it inside onto the left foot. And the man who's been transferred 3 times for £1 million finished in style. George Best finds Willie Henderson. Brady. Henderson. Best is wide. Henderson. Brady. The left foot. But not troubling Alan McKnight. But a really gifted midfielder is Liam Brady. Spent much of his career in Italy, of course. It was a good build-up, ending up with Brady. Always likes to favour that left foot, but it didn't happen for him this time. Ardiles and Francis should catch this. Ardiles, Clark, will he try one? He might now. Lovely dummy. Is it 3-0? It's not. And here's George. And you heard the buzz come up again there. Lays it inside. Brady. Dunlop gave it straight to Trevor Francis. And it's 6-6. Trevor Francis lays it in, and that's just reward for little Ossie Ardiles. So 6-6, but here come the Greens. Do we have another goal? We haven't. $12 goals, 6 apiece. 13, not this time, a penalty kick. Now, I think there may be some protests about that. But referee Donnelly had no hesitation. I wonder who'll take it. I think it might just be the number 11. The 13th goal of the game. It is. It may not have been a penalty incident. There will be arguments raging about that for many years to come. But there was no doubting the execution. Superb. With just under 4 minutes left, he must be feeling tired now. In fact, the referee has called a halt. He may have thought the players were feeling the pace. My watch may be wrong, but the game is over. 7-6 for the George Best 11. The score doesn't really matter. It's been a feast of football. We've had a capacity crowd, and it's been a great tribute to one of the greatest players the world has ever seen. It's been a marvellous night for him, Pat Jennings.
Yes, delighted. Fantastic turnout, both player-wise and supporters. Great night.
And the supporters have really enjoyed it. The players have enjoyed it. And it is great to see so many great players, both past and present, coming to Belfast to pay tribute to that man there. Well, George, Best, the end of the big night. Your side have won the game. Let me take you back to the start. What about the welcome?
Oh, phenomenal. I mean, it was just... I expected a good way, but you can't. I mean, you can't explain it. You know, the crowd were fabulous. You know, it's pouring down with rain, and they're standing here as if they didn't have a care in the world. Absolutely phenomenal.
They were wanting you to score, and eventually you did. What about the chip?
Yeah, I thought I was never going to go in. Alan McKnight was brilliant. He was pulling them out from all over the place. At first, I was pleased with it. I mean, I just spotted him off his line. I thought, well, I'll go for it. And I think the second one might have been a bit contrived, but
I think there'll be arguments about the decision.
Yes, I think if it was a World Cup final, it might have been a bit of a fuss. But I'm pleased with the first one. And the crowd saw some fantastic goals. I mean, a couple of great goals. Liam Brady scored a great goal. Clarkey stuck one in, fabulous. And you know, they showed how the game should be played. Just a great night all around. I couldn't have planned it better. Brilliant.
And then at the end, what a send-off you got.
Yeah, even more special. You know, the welcome was tremendous, but the whole thing, you're running around with my little fella there. And he said to me, he said, "I'm nervous, Dad." I said, "You're nervous, how do you think I feel?" Just a great finish, yeah, terrific.
And the best boots, are they put away now?
I don't know. To be quite honest, it would seem a shame for me to come back and play here again, because that was special, it really was. I'll maybe play abroad in a few exhibitions and charity games, but that would be a nice one to finish off in Belfast.
Rudy Krol from Holland, you've played against George Best at international level. How did you and the Dutch players regard him as a player?
Well, I think we regard him and remind him as one of the biggest in the world. What he showed the people and what he showed tonight, that he still has a view on football. I think all the youngsters must look very, very long to George Best to keep him in his mind and arrive what he has showed. Then everybody will be happy in England and in the whole world, because that we are missing now on the fields with personal quality like George Best, personal players with his quality that we are missing on the field on the moment.
Liam Brady, you missed playing against George Best when he was at his peak, but how do you remember him as a player?
Well, one of the greatest players in the world at the time. In the top three, Pelé, Cruyff and Best. It's debatable who was the best.
But he wasn't a bad player.
He was in that category there, and you can't ask for any better than that. Tremendous footballer.
So the end of a really special football occasion here at Windsor Park in Belfast tonight. The George Best testimonial. The final scoreline, George Best 11, they won by 7 goals to 6. The score is not important. The capacity crowd came here tonight to pay tribute to one of the best players the world has ever seen. We hope you've enjoyed the highlights from all of us at Windsor Park. It's good night.